Namaste, sir.
Hi, good morning, Rishikesh.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining me in today's session. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, sir.
How was your journey so far till here?
Journey was good, sir, as I traveled from Panvel, so it just took 1.5 hours for me to come to the hotel, sir.
1.5 hour?
Yes, sir.
That is a long, long time. So probably you've waken up quite early then.
Yes, I woke up early at 5 a.m. in the morning just to reach on time.
Then have you had enough breakfast?
Yes, I had my the breakfast that I like, the kanda poha and chai, which is the best part of the breakfast that I.
Absolutely. Even I on usually on Sundays go for a kanda poha because that is my favorite and it gets you going. And then I'm glad to see then you're in good energy for
Yes, sir,
today's
yes,
session.
I'm very excited about the topic that you'll be teaching me today, sir.
Wonderful. So I'll just mark your attendance quickly.
Sure.
Meanwhile, can you just give me a recap of your last session that we done?
So in last session, so we have completed the process of wine making of red and white wine,
Okay.
and different types of grapes we have been told about the same.
Correct. So can you help me understand what is the difference between a champagne and a sparkling wine?
So difference between a champagne and sparkling
come.
wine is that so the champagne is made only in the Champagne region of France,
Okay.
and the sparkling wine can be made anywhere, sir.
Perfect. That is the correct answer. So can you help me understand if we can make if you can make white wine using red grape varieties?
Yes, sir. We can make white wine by the red grapes.
Okay.
We just need to remove the skin of the red grapes, and we can just start the wine making process, sir.
All right. So my last question to you will be related to this
Okay.
question. What is the difference between red wine making process and white wine making process?
So you have taught me, but it was a quite lengthy process, so I'm not able to recollect each and every process.
Okay.
But I can tell you later, sir. If you
No
don't mind.
worries. To recap, the main difference between a red wine and white wine making process is that during the crushing process of the grapes, for a white wine we always deskin the grapes, and for the red wine always the grape skin is kept intact.
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
when crushed the skin will impart color, and for white wine it will be plain.
Correct.
That is the main difference. That is why I asked you if
Yeah,
we
I
can
just
make.
recollected, right?
Perfect. So introducing you to today's topic. Today's topic is service and presentation of wine
Okay.
in a luxury dining setting.
That's
Okay, so by the end of this session, you will be able to understand what are the equipments required for wine service. You will be able to present a wine gracefully to the guest
sure.
and follow the techniques and service sequences for a wine service, potentially to upscale the guest experience. Yeah, this
Yeah.
session will be around 30 minutes long,
Sure, sir.
and yes, that is
So I'm very excited for this topic today.
perfect. So in application, you will be able to absolutely serve the wine perfectly as per standards of luxury dining. But this also has an implication in your personal life and your professional,
Okay,
right?
sir.
So in professional, you will be able to be, you will be able to stand out to the guests because not everyone knows how to serve wine
Right.
and serve wine gracefully. So that is a skill that you will develop, and there is a personal advantage to it because you will groom yourself to speak better, to have better communication skills, to build your confidence along
Yes,
with
definitely. It will
guests.
help me.
Yeah. Okay. So if I ask you, have you ever been to a fine dining restaurant, or have you ordered a wine, or have you observed someone order a wine and the server pouring them?
So just let you know, I have just 6 months. I have joined a new hotel. So
Okay.
we have a sommelier.
Okay.
So what the sommelier job is to he goes to the table
Okay.
wherever the guest wants to order a wine. He just present the menu, and he just check with the guest what he prefer, like the type of grapes or with which food the guest wants to compare, and as per that he suggests the wine to the guest, sir.
Okay. Interesting that you mentioned the word sommelier. Do you know what is the origin of the word sommelier or the history of wine service?
No, so I'm not aware about the history of the sommelier, sir.
So the history of wine service is that back in the olden times when there were French royalties, Egyptian kings, Mesopotamian royalties, they used to have one trusted cupbearer
Okay.
Now, what that cupbearer used to be for is that during large parties and celebrations, wines used to be opened, and the cupbearer used to taste these wines and check if there is any poison or not.
So
in
cup
the
bearer. It's like
Cupbearers.
something new I've heard of.
Absolutely. So these cupbearers used to check if there is any poison or not, so that there is no harm to the royalty family,
Okay.
right? Now the profession has, changed much more. So the word sommelier comes from the old French word sommelier.
Okay.
It is a literal meaning is that animal pack herder or an animal pack leader.
I mean, animal pack leader.
Yes.
Okay.
So what that entails is that the sommelier is the one who is in charge of the wine cellar, the stores, the inventory, and has close liaison with the owner and the chef of the restaurant to probably have more wines which are suitable to the venue,
Okay.
suitable to its menu. That is why that term has been coined. And this sommelier concept started in fine dining at around French Revolution, after French Revolution. Okay, so after French Revolution, the France, uh, what do you say? Its currency was falling, its whole economy was falling. So luxury dining was introduced, and sommeliers were introduced as a part of luxury dining to give those guests that sense of royalty, that sense of dining in a luxury space. And later on, after the industrialization happened, this industry popularized more, which gave the sommeliers a chance to come up in the limelight. And after the court of master sommeliers opened, now sommeliers are very popular around the world. So one more question I have: why do you think wines are so expensive or so pricey? What do you think the guest is paying the price of?
So I think because of the grapes that has been used, or the year it has been produced
Mhm.
accordingly. According to me, I think that must be the reason.
That is a correct point, absolutely. Because wines require a lot of time and effort to be made. That is also why it's being valuated at that point. But I also think that these wines are at a price at which they are because the kind of service that goes along with it. Nowadays, wines are synonymous with celebration, right? So the guest, if they order a bottle of wine, they would want it to be grand.
Okay.
They would want the first impression to be the lasting impression to him and the guest, right? So I feel like that is also a contribution to the valuation of a wine. Yes? Okay. So starting with the prerequisites of the session, these are the materials that we'll be requiring.
Sure, sir.
We have a serviette, which is a server's best friend.
Okay.
You should always have this handy at times. We have our wine glasses. Now, since we have a red wine that we're demonstrating, we have red wine glass. If you look at it, if you put it against the light, you can see that this glass is squeaky clean. It has no lint, it has no watermarks, and it has no dust.
Yeah.
It is very important to have a clear glass so that the wine's color and the wine's appearance really shines.
Yeah. So is there any cleaning process we have to follow for the glass to be like shining like this? Or-
First of all, you always hold the glass by the stem, and you
Stem.
should always touch the glass using a serviette.
Yeah.
So you should hold the base of the glass using a serviette cloth, and you should put the serviette cloth inside after steaming the insides to give the moisture. Using the dry serviette, you should wipe it off, so
Okay.
all the lint dust is
Come
clean.
goes off, right.
Yeah? That gives you the clean glass.
And so one more thing, is it necessary to use a white color this serviette or?
Absolutely, it is not necessary to use a white color serviette. This is a global standard that is followed throughout hospitality. But if at all in the restaurant that you're working, it has a black serviette or a red
Yes,
serviette,
right.
then you can use that as well.
Because the place where I work, they use a black one.
Yes.
That's
So
why
that
I
is
just-
also fine.
No worries.
Okay. So there's that. So this is our prerequisite setup, and you will obviously require a bottle of wine which is at adequate temperature. What is an adequate temperature for a wine is different for the type of wine. For red wine, it will be between 15 to 18 degrees Celsius. For white wine, it will be around 10 to 12 degrees Celsius. And for a sparkling wine, it will be around 4 to 6 degrees Celsius.
Okay. So wherever I go, wherever I
This is
order,
a global
so this will
standard.
be the global standard temperature for each
Yes,
and every one.
this is a global standard. Okay. So to start off with, we will actually tell you how the serviette is supposed to be folded first.
Okay.
Okay. So there you go. So this is your serviette. It is, as you can see, it is well starched. There is no stains on it. There are no exposed threads in it. Perfect. Now you flip over the serviette where your inseam is on top. Then you fold the serviette in half and you press the edge correctly to form a crease so you can track it.
Right.
You open the serviette and then you take this edge and bring it to the halfway crease that you have created. Okay, and then you press it again, and from up top you also bring the edge to the halfway crease you have created and press it back again. Now once you have this, you can bring the lower edge to the top edge and meet the ends, and then press it again to ensure that it is in good position. Now once this is done, you have your serviette which you can rest on your arm while you are serving the wine. This allows you quickly access to the serviette where you can wipe off any residual wine that is left on the rim. Okay. Once this is done, place it aside and we will start with the first step. Assume that your server has gone to the table and he has taken the order of the wine. He comes to you, and as you are the sommelier of the restaurant, he informs you about the order. What is the step that you will take after you have been informed?
So what we can do, like we can go to the guest with the bottle,
Okay.
and we can just show the guest that so this is the wine that you have selected, and these are the grapes, and this like this is the vintage year.
Okay.
I think according to me.
So what you will be doing first is going to the guest and verifying what kind of information that you have gotten, whether it is correct or not.
Okay.
This allows the guest to also verify his information if it is right or not, and if there is some mistake, then he can correct it over there, and then you can bring the correct product to him. Because there are wines which have different vintages, different years, and different grape varieties. You don't want to present the wrong product to the guest.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Once you confirm, is after that you will be presenting the bottle to the guest.
Okay.
So can you just demonstrate me once how you will be carrying the bottle to the table?
So where I work, we use a salver.
Okay.
We just place the glass in the salver and a bottle to carry. As there's no salver here, I'll just show you.
Just present me how you will be carrying it.
So this is how I will carry the bottle, and
Okay.
I just show to the guest what he has selected.
Alright, please keep the bottle on the table. So I like the thought process of using the salver. This is what a standard is across the restaurants. Good job on this. But I'll inform you, I'll let you know how we are supposed to be carrying a bottle to the table.
Okay.
As a sommelier, you should be knowing what are the different areas of the bottle. So this is the tin cap. Here is the neck of the bottle.
Okay.
This is the shoulder of the bottle, the body, and the base.
Yes.
So always think of a bottle as if it's a baby.
Right.
If you carry it from the neck, it is a sort of disrespect to the bottle. Always ensure that you hold it from the base, you rest it on your arm, and you hold your arm towards your body to cradle it so that it does not fall. And since it's a delicate object, it's
Yes,
made of
right.
glass, if it falls, it will break. That is why you always hold it steady towards your body so it does not fall. Plus, it adds a lot of grace points to your service as well. So, while you are actually carrying the bottle, you will always have a serviette on hand as we discussed,
Sure.
and you will be holding the bottle by the base towards your body. And while you're displaying it to the guest, you will be hoisting it from the back of its neck
Okay.
to give it support.
Done.
Yes?
Yes.
And while you are presenting it to the guest, you will do so. Sir, this is the wine that you've ordered. It's from the house of Fratelli. Grape variety is Merlot. 12.5% volume by volume alcohol, and from 2024 vintage.
Okay.
Now these are the four important points that you are supposed to be telling the guest to ensure that you have brought the perfect product. Okay? So, how about you start from the prerequisites and the napkin fold and show me or present me the bottle rather.
Done. So like so today's session we are doing how to serve wine. So for this the mise en place required is the serviette,
Mhm.
a wine bottle and the glass, right?
Okay.
So in the serviette first we have to check like if it is well starched and it is stain free and the loose thread must not come outside. Right?
Okay. So is the inseam supposed to be on the top or on the bottom? The stitching.
It's to be on the top, sir.
On the top, right?
So like this.
Okay.
And then we have to fold it like this halfway. This. And then the serviette is ready.
Okay.
Then we have to hold the wine like a baby as told. Like this. And you just go to the guest and I'll just inform you, sir, this is the wine that you have selected.
Mhm.
So the grape is Merlot, Fratelli Vineyard, and it has an alcoholic volume of 12.5 volume by volume,
Already.
and it is like 2024 vintage. So
Perfect. Perfect. Please have the bottle on the table. Good job done. You have been following up well.
thank you so
You've
much.
been following the training well. There is a couple improvements that I will, put light on. So when you were folding the serviette, you folded it this way, which caused the inseam to be on top.
Oh, sorry.
So what you have to do is instead is folding it halfway inside from each edges
Yeah,
to
right,
make sure.
I just missed this part.
Yes, to make sure that the inseams are inside,
Yes.
and then you connect the edges so none of the seams are
It's been
open, visible.
Yeah,
It
sure.
has a smooth finish.
Sure.
Yes, that is how you will be using the serviette. Otherwise, you have been following up with the training quite well, and I think we can go ahead with the
Yes,
training.
sir.
Yes,
Sure.
so now that we have covered the initial part of presenting the bottle, now we will come towards the opening and the service.
Okay.
Okay? How you will be opening the bottle is very important. So, if we are holding the bottle like this, once you have displayed it to the guest, you will be required to open the bottle. And when you're opening the bottle, it is important to hold the whole screw cap with your firm hand, and you should be twisting the base till the screw cap opens.
So why the base like can't be open like easily with the
Absolutely, we can. But if I just demonstrate it to you, then you may understand why I am doing the same. So if you see, if I put up the screw cap, and if you are the guest, and I come to your table, I display it, and if I do this on your table, will it look graceful, or instead, if I display it to you and just twist the bottle open, does
I
that
think
look
the
much more
second
graceful?
will be like,
Yes.
yeah, the guest will like the
Yes, this is much better to do in practicals as well.
sure.
Plus, what its actual use also is that the serrations which join the two tins together are quite tough. So opening it with your hand on top of the cap will be much difficult than opening it from the base because it gives you more support.
Right.
So in a practical usage, if you just twist the base, it will easily open the bottle for you. Okay? So there's that how you open the bottle. There you go. Now you have opened and twist the cap. Your bottle is open. Now considering you're my guest, this will be your glass, and I will always ensure that the label of the wine bottle will be facing you. Okay? So whoever I am serving, the visible should the label should always be visible to you.
Done.
Now, considering you are the host, I will always pour a 15 to 20 ml portion for tasting.
So that is also a standard portion size for tasting, or like I can give more or
That
less?
is a standard portion size of a tasting serve. Yes, so 15 to 20 minutes, 15 to 20 ml you will serve. And what will this allow the guest to do? Why is a tasting
So tasting is
important?
needed like the guest will know like whether he have selected a good or a bad wine, or like
Okay.
whether it will go with the food or the other guest will also like said.
Correct. The second option that you actually described is much more accurate.
Okay.
The guest will taste the wine and understand what he has ordered, whether he likes it or not, whether the other guests will like it or not. The first part which you mentioned, whether the wine is good or bad, is the part of the sommelier.
Right.
The sommelier will be assessing if there is any fault in the wine. Okay.
Sure.
So to start off, first of all, allow me to grab the serviette. I'll have the serviette on my hand. There you go. And the label
Towards
be
the
towards
guest.
your face. I will pour a portion. There you go. I will tip the bottle again and I will roll the bottle before I pick it up so that any of the residual wine will be caught on the rim and then I can wipe it off on the salver.
Done.
Okay.
Yes.
Now this is done. You will pick up the glass, you
Okay.
will taste it and approve it for me. Okay, you've done that, you've
Oh,
approved the
yes.
glass. Okay, I like the wine. So now my next step is not topping up the glass for you. I would rather go to the other guests and fill their glasses. Now, why do you think that is something that we do?
So like because like as we do at our home also, if any guest comes and if my mom has made any food or something for them,
Okay.
she doesn't eat first. First the guest is been given. I think we are
Exactly.
following that process here also.
Correct. That is the mindset. That is the reason why the host is always served last, because the host, if he's invited guests over, would want the guests to eat first, dine first, right? Okay. So the sequence of service to the guests is in such a way that all the ladies will be served first, taken from the eldest lady to the youngest. Then all the gentlemen will be served first, again from the eldest to the youngest. Then the host will be served at the last. It doesn't matter if the host is a male or a female. The host will always be served last.
Done.
Okay. So standard portion size or standard serving size for a wine is 150 ml, which is a global standard. So anywhere you go, it will be the same.
So 150 ml for a glass.
Yes, 150 ml in a glass.
Sure.
This means that in one bottle of wine there will be 5 servings. But if there is some preference that a guest has, that let's say if there are 8 people in his party and he does not want to take any other bottle, then we can, reduce
We
the
can
portion
like
size.
adjust accordingly.
We can adjust the
Okay.
size accordingly.
Sure.
Okay. So now, let's say I've served everyone else. Now I come to you, and sir, please your wine. There you go. And
So this
That is it.
this will be like 150 ml approximately.
yes, to give you a better understanding of why this is 150 ml, if you have a look, the glass is the broadest at this point.
Right. Like,
Yes.
Yes.
So a good estimate of if you have poured a 150 ml wine is that it should reach to the broadest part of the glass, and that's where you can stop.
So that's the marker. Like till here will be
Yes,
one.
that is the mark. Okay, so now have you understood the sequencing of
Yes.
wine? Once the wine is poured to everyone, if there is any residual, you will be placing it on the table, and the label should again be facing the host.
Okay. Sure, sir.
That is it. Now I would like for you to demonstrate how you will be bringing the wine to me, how you will be presenting it to me, opening it till the end.
Sure. So I'll just take you from the start.
Okay.
So for opening a wine and service of wine, we need a wine, red or white wine, whichever the guest is selected. We need a glass accordingly, and we need a serviette, which is a waiter's friend, like server's friend. So in serviette, we need to check whether it is like starch, well starched, it is stain free,
Mhm.
and the threads, like loose threads, are not out. Right.
Correct.
Then. Uh, So yes, so the stitch part has to be up. Then we just need to fold it like this.
Okay.
Just press it properly. Then again we need to fold halfway.
Okay.
Like halfway this,
Mhm.
and then we fold it like this. So the stitches are in not same, like.
Mm.
So Then later I will go to the guest. So you will be my guest, sir.
Okay.
I will go to the guest. I will hold the bottle labels to be facing towards the guest.
Mhm.
I will explain, sir. This is the Fratelli wine that you have selected.
Okay.
Merlot is the grapes, and 12.5 is the volume by volume alcohol in the grapes, in the wine, and 2024 is the vintage. So can you just check for the temperature?
This is good.
Sure, sir. Can I open the bottle for you, sir?
Please.
Sure. So I'll just take a glass. Then
Mhm.
I hold the bottom and I just twist like this. Let's open. So now I will give a tasting for the guest.
Okay.
Yeah. So now the label will be facing towards the guest.
Okay.
Sir, can you just approve the wine?
Yes, it's good to go.
Then I will serve all the guests. If there are some ladies in the guests, I will serve the ladies first,
Okay.
and then the gentlemen, and at the last, the host will be served.
All right.
Right.
Perfect.
Sure. So now I have done. I will serve the guest, that is the host afterwards. And if anything is remaining in the bottle, I just need to keep at the table. The facing towards the guest. The label will face towards the guest.
All
That
right.
will be the last.
Perfect.
You can just.
How are you feeling about it, Rishikesh?
So like I'm feeling good, but I was bit nervous during like serving. Like I was like concentrating on just the ml, like what ml I'm serving the guest during the tasting, and it's
Mhm.
just you can see like what I did.
You did a good job. It was a good attempt at first. You presented the wine nicely.
Thank
There
you.
were a few points of improvement, such as during the tasting portion, a bit drops of the wine fell.
Yes, sir.
Plus, the tasting portion was a bit too much.
Okay.
It was more than 15 ml, but that can be improved on by more practice.
Yeah, of course. I need more practice. I
Yes.
think.
If you can just compare what is the serving size of yours and mine, if you can just do that.
I think I have served more, like I think 10 ml more to the guest. 10 to
Yes,
15
it's,
ml.
it's
must be.
quite a bit more
Yes.
to the guest. It might not suffice for all the five
Right,
servings.
correct.
So again,
So I have to be mindful, like during service also, I have
yes.
to.
Again, once with practice,
Yes.
you will be much more accurate on the serving size.
Right.
But other than that, it was a good effort. You are a quick learner. Now, to summarize this today's session, let's do a quick, question and answer round.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Starting off, what was a cupbearer? Who was a cupbearer?
So cupbearer was someone who tasted the wine for the kings and queens, like if it is not poisoned or something like that.
Okay. Perfect. What is the standard serving size of a glass of wine?
So it's 150 ml, sir, per glass.
150 per glass, right? Perfect. And do you serve the tasting portion to the host, or if another guest on the table asks for the serving portion, will you serve it to them?
So as per me, it has to be served to the host first, and then the other guests also can have a taste.
Yes, that is because the host has to approve if the
Yes.
wine is good for not.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is good. Now tell me, does the glass have to be dry when we are serving it?
Yes, sir, it has to be dried because like the lint or the dust doesn't stick the glass. It has to be.
Correct, that's correct. Huh? How do you hold the bottle? What is the way of holding the bottle when you're presenting it to the guest?
So I have to hold it like a baby.
Mhm. By the base, rested
Yeah,
on
by
your
the
elbow
base, yes.
and near your
Arms. Like
near
this.
your arms, near your body.
Yes.
Okay. And one last question: what are the different kinds of information on the label that you have to tell the guest?
So once the guest has selected the wine, I have to present the bottle to the guest,
Mhm.
and then I have to tell the grape name what they have selected, the vineyard like a Fratelli wine we have selected, so Fratelli vineyard,
Okay.
and the alcohol content like what is the alcohol volume in the bottle,
Right.
and the and the year, sir, like vintage year what is.
Perfect. That is perfect.
Thanks.
Exactly. All right, Rishikesh, it was a nice session. I'm sure that you have gotten very
Yes, yes, I
valuable.
really enjoyed it, and like I will make sure I will use it whenever I go back.
Yes. So I am sure that you have gotten valuable inputs. You will use this skill in your restaurant
Definitely,
operations
sir.
and get more chances to speak to the guest, improve your communication, so
Sure,
on and
sir.
so forth.
Sure.
Because this session is directly tied to our next session, which will be champagne, how to open champagne bottles.
Right.
Because in the world, it is very frequent, every minute or so, one or the other person is getting injured due to wrongly opened champagne bottles. So we will learn how to open champagne bottles safely in the next coming session. And till then, I would like for you to keep this module
Okay, sir.
where I have included last session's inclusions as well, which was the red and white grape variety wine making process, the different kinds of grape varieties and such. And we have today's session, which was the standard service of wine in a luxury setting. And this is tomorrow's session, which is standard service for champagne bottles. Yeah.
Champagne, right.
Okay. Please
Right.
have
Thank
this.
you, thank you so much, sir. And I will definitely use this in my briefings, and I will just try to teach others also.
Yes, please. It was a pleasure, Rishikesh. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
You.